Now it's on.
Okay. A little more follow-up on what we're trying to do here, okay? If you people don't want to come out, okay, you've got to realize that basically you're in a voting trust. You have been in a voting trust your whole life, okay? Your checking account at the local bank is a voting trust. That checking account does not belong to you. It belongs to your trust. That's why that check says authorized representative on the signature line. You're doing a proxy vote for the trustee. The trustee's name is normally in all capital somewhere on that check as the account with the bank. Now, you basically, people that have gone out and gotten Social Security, gone and had unemployment, or any other benefits that you thought you were getting benefits, they're really not, okay? It was by election that you basically took those items. You were electing or voting for your trustee to give those items over to you. They're not a benefit. They're your entitlements. Okay? You want a raise in your Social Security? Go in and vote yourself a raise.
Wow.
Unemployment. Vote yourself unemployment. This is all fraudulent means of control by the commercial government to give you only so much of your account, and you think, oh boy, I'm really getting something here. No, you're not. You're still getting the shaft. I sent Tom 2 documents. Basically, these are commercial trust withdrawal, voting trust certificate, trustee proxy voted money orders. We have the certificate, the voting certificate. We put the number up the top that we're utilizing. Then down below, instead of a bank routing number, we have the trust routing number. The trust routing number is the number on the back of your Social Security card. You do not change that letter to a number. You put the letter right there. That whole thing. That is the trust routing number. Okay? It's different than the bank routing number. Bank routing numbers don't have any letters in their item. Then you have the U.S. Trust Depository Transfer Account number, and that's going to be your Social Security number. Whether you take the dashes out or not, I don't care. I don't think they really do either. I would leave them in, okay? Make it very clear. We've talked to different banks out there trying to do a transfer before. I talked to the Bank of Zion. A couple other people have talked to banks in other states. But we didn't see what we had to do. Okay? We had to do a proxy vote for our trustee. And then we sign as the proxy authorized representative for the vote. Then you can either send this into the clerk of the court for the bankruptcy for your district, because they're the cashier for the U.S. Commercial Trust Court. Or you can send it to the district court side, clerk of the court. They're still just clerks working for the commercial trust bank, trust bank. The whole government out here is nothing but a trust bank. Even the constitutional one was a trust corporate bank. When you go to the Senate and you go to the House of Representatives, what are they doing? They're creating bills. And then you have to have a means to pay the bills. So it's all about banking. And we've allowed them to try and control us in the commercial world here. And all we have to do is shut down this trust. When there is no trustee, when you vote the trustee out of office, or he votes himself out to terminate the trust, then the trust has to cease. And the dividends and everything else that's being held in the trust now have to be given over to the stockholder / beneficiary of that trust. And there's only one person that fills that category, you. Now, what you do with it after that, if you want to put it into a foreign grantor trust, under your right-hand person instead of your left-handed person out here that can't do anything, then you can put it over there under that 98 series number. That will be then held in the Treasury Department, not the Department of the Treasury, the commercial side. And they will not be able to access this unless you grant them permission to use your assets as collateral. In the definitions out there, okay? Most people don't know that when you go into court, it's all about trust. It's a corporate trust. And you, as the shareholder, are not part of the corporation. You're outside it. But they know that people don't know anything, so basically they play you for a dummy and attach you as surety and send you off to jail. And then people don't know that they can vote themselves right out of it. You can vote to terminate or to void out a charge. Say that was a fraudulent charge. But it's got to be the trustee has to be the one to state that. And you do that by voting for him. Now, the two money orders that I put up there were pretty much just blanks. All you need to do is fill in your information. Tom should be able to print those out and put them up just as PDFs as they are. You handwrite it in. Okay? You don't need to get too damn fancy. You need 3 numbers going in. Your voting trust number, whether it's your certificate of live birth or whether it's your DD-214 under your selective service number. You need to have that selective service number because those certificates are under the 11-digit number. Those are the 2 voting trusts that you have. Then the trust routing number is the number on the back of your Social Security card, and the transfer account number is your Social Security number. Now, on one of the bills or money orders there, I have that if you want to deposit that into a bank, and you go down and basically work with the bank manager if they know anything about trust. They will process that through against the United States system, commercial system.
Patrick, it's up there now as a trustee proxy voted money order.
Okay. And yeah, there again, when you get ready to transfer this, to deposit the trustee proxy voting exchange deposit to the bank, you need 3 numbers there also. Your account number, your EIN number, and the bank's routing number that you're depositing this into. 3 is a big number in this system. It should be pretty self-explanatory in the process.
So for the bank deposit, the EIN is the trust number, and the bank's own routing number is the routing number, and the bank's account number is the account number.
Down on the one for the exchange, your account number would be your local bank account number.
Right.
Okay? Then the EIN would be either your estate EIN that you set that account up under, or your 98 series number. Come on, think.
Oh, okay, so we'll have to
I said this isn't that hard.
Yeah, but
you want to protect your stuff. Where are you going to put it? You're going to put it in the 98 series to try and protect it from them.
Right. Sorry.
Keep it out of the reach of their commercial trust. See, you've got your checking account right now set up under your Social Security number.
Right.
That now belongs to the trust, the commercial trust. Also, just like your driver's license, just like your certificate of title to your vehicle, just like your mortgage, they all belong to the trust. You don't own anything right now. Your trustee has total control over it. But you can fire the little shithead. Because his term of office is really up. He was supposed to be out of there at 21 or 25 at the latest. Then you can start accessing what funds you really need. Start enjoying life a little. Start helping your fellow mankind out here. Start telling other people, hey, you want a raise in your Social Security? You want to double your Social Security monthly payments? Do it by vote. Send it into the Social Security Administration. By proxy vote. Your trustee, they have to follow the directions of your trustee. And if you're voting for your trustee, you're still coming in your trustee's name. They are just trust bankers. And your trustee is the account holder in that bank. The employees and the officers of that trust bank have to follow the ones that own the damn account. And right now, it's your trustee until you terminate him, and then basically the accounts all have to be liquidated. Then you can put it over into your private foreign grantor trust with the Treasury Department. But yeah, I mean, you voted a lot and you didn't even know you were voting. Like I said, every time you write a check out of your checkbook, you're voting by proxy for your trustee. It's his account, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
And see, you can transfer funds from the depository, the U.S. Trust Depository, that's holding all of your other trust assets, and move it over to that other bank account. Put an order in to transfer $100,000 over into your checking account. Use this form and basically set it up and transfer it over. If your checking account is under your Social Security, then your EIN number is going to be your Social Security number. And I would try and set one up to where it's not under the trust. Then you don't have to worry about that. Then you just pay the storage and the usage fees to the bank on a monthly basis. You guys think you know about banking? You really don't know very much.
That's for sure.
But it's all right here now.
Yes.
It's all in this proxy, and it's a voting trust, a proxy voting trust. And your trustee is nobody other than your name on a piece of paper, and he can't do anything. He has no arms, legs, or anything like that. You have to supply the energy for him to make him move, or you get rid of him.
So we keep up with the liquidation process we're doing, but this gives us temporary...
Whatever you want to do, Tom, okay? It's termination of trust.
Right.
Okay, is the term.
Termination, right.
Yes. And your trustee's going to resign. He's doing it by his vote, by your proxy vote of basically ordering the termination of that trust. He is basically essentially resigning. Read the definitions like I told you to again and again until you fully can state those things by memory. It's only 3 of them. And if you can state those by memory, you can win any damn court case out there right now, unless you killed somebody or molested some children. And then you're going to lose. Yeah, I mean, basically you get a ticket for a seatbelt. You go in there and you vote that that's a damn ridiculous item that you can't legislate morality for the stockholder. And it was the stockholder that was driving, so basically this charge is hereby voided. And you vote in the name of the trustee, not in the name of the stockholder. Okay. Other than that, basically my package got in there at 1:30 this afternoon, so I didn't hear anything about it today. Hopefully tomorrow they do, because somebody's got a mic or something on.
Look.
Hopefully they show up tomorrow with the $10,000 that I basically voted to be delivered. We'll see if they follow the trustee's orders. They can be pissed off all they want at me as the living shareholder, but they better follow the laws when the trustee tells them what to do. See, they can have a burr up their butt about me as the stockholder, but they can't have one up their butt about this trustee. They have to follow his directions, because that's who they're taking their marching orders from, is from the trustee in this commercial world. Okay. Go ahead and open up your questions.
Okay.
Pat?
Yeah.
I'm fairly new to the. I was gone for a while, but I'm back now. But I'm fairly new to the 98. Now, do you have to get your estate EIN before you get your 98?
No.
So I can go ahead and apply for my 98, which is my foreign growing trust, right?
Yeah, if you've got one, even if you don't have one, basically when you come out of the system, basically they will help you get one. Okay?
Okay.
You don't need it to come out of the system. Get your funds out, and then basically they will ask you what you want to do with them now. And you say, I would like to deposit them into the Treasury Department, into the Depository account under a private account.
Okay.
And they will set that 98 or that 90 series foreign grantor trust account up for you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it.
Cause when I looked at the form on the site that you had there, it looks pretty easy. But I guess you have to call. I understand you have to call it in.
Yeah, you've got to call it in. At least that's what we're supposed to have done. Okay, I did mine with the 3520 and the 3520A form about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And see, nobody ever read the damn attachments to the 1040. That was on Schedule B or Schedule A. I can't remember which one it was. On there about 3520 and 3520A.
Oh, also, Patrick, I read where on the publication, on one of the publications, it said that they only allow one a day, and I guess you have to call real early in the morning in order to do that. I guess that's what
you can talk to the other people on the group that basically went and got theirs by phone, and they'll be able to help you. Okay?
Oh, okay. Okay.
And why would you need more than one? You only need one.
Right. Well, I saw I need one. That's right. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, Patrick. How you doing? It's Kevin.
Okay. What's up?
Listen, I have one question. Once we terminate and we come out the system, and they come to collect the bailments, and you already have a 98 number, you tell me you want that you want to put in the depository account with the federal national treasury into a private account. You exercise and utilizing that 98 series that you already have.
Right. We're just going to deposit the certificate of live birth, and if you got a DD-214 certificate of discharge, you would deposit those things over. If you didn't want to put the cash or whatever they hand to you into that trust, you don't need to. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I was just
curious. The vehicle, you don't need to put that over there. You don't need to put your property in there. You don't need to put all that other junk in there.
Right.
Okay. If you've got gold-backed bearer bonds, you might want to keep one out and deposit the others. Okay.
Okay. And then that's what you tell them when they come see you in regards to once you obviously they come to collect the bailments.
Well, you just try and prepare yourself and think before you open up your mouth and insert your foot when they do come and see you. Okay?
Oh, most definitely. I'm going to definitely do that. I was just asking a question in regards to the bailments once they come to retrieve those particular documents.
Well, they're only going to come and, like, retrieve and have you sign over, like, the certificate of title to your vehicle and stuff like that so that they can go and cash those things in for you. That's what they're doing. They're going and trying to liquidate those items.
Okay.
Now, if you've given them the numbers and everything already, they already have most of that stuff in my case. They really don't need to get my certificates. They got the numbers.
Okay.
I told them to already go ahead and do that shit.
Okay, you already told me to go ahead and set your account up with that and deposit it into that.
That's what I went in with last Friday, or a week ago Friday, and gave them. But now I didn't have the proxy vote, and at that time I was acting like the trustee instead of the shareholder and the beneficiary, and the bailor and the grantor and all the other orders. I had my orders out of the water.
Yeah, well, I just did. I'm gonna mail all mine in this week, including the proxy.
Okay.
The reason why I'm just delaying.
The one key thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure you don't have trustee behind your name anywhere on there. You're not the trustee. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I understand.
Okay.
All right, Patrick. Thank you. I'll continue listening to more stuff. Thank you.
Okay. Next.
Patrick, is trustee our capital letter name?
Huh?
Is trustee?
That's the way most times it's on the check. Most times when you receive the mail, they're sending the mail to the trustee.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, that's what. And basically, he's a dead piece of paper. Okay.
And then I'm on the ballot form. Up on the top, it says for the state of. And for me, it would be New York, and then it's got a slash, and then a blank, and then U.S. commercial constructive voting. What goes in that second blank?
Let me pull it up here.
I'm kind
this
of.
This is for the state one or for the main one?
I think it's the state one.
Okay, the one that I had going to the judge. Okay. That's not right. Okay, the one going to the judge for my certificate of live birth. Okay.
Mhm.
It had for the state of, and then you put your state name in there, dash, and then your name. Okay, whatever on your certificate of live birth or on your DD-214.
Okay.
U.S. Commercial Constructive Voting Trust per Proxy Voting Trust Certificate, Certificate of Live Birth, or DD-214, registered under the trust bailment, and then that's the 11-digit number. In most cases, the number on the Certificate of Live Birth, or if you've got DD-214, it would be your selective service 11-digit number.
Okay.
And see right there, I've got all three numbers that they need to process this thing through for the termination of the trust.
Okay.
Social Security number and the number on the back of the Social Security card, and you attach both a copy of the Certificate of Live Birth with that number on it as your voting document, trust document, and also a copy of your Social Security card, front and back, showing those two numbers.
Oh, okay.
That's what you need to put in there. You need to supply the proof that you have the right to vote that proxy.
Okay.
Pretty simple, really.
It is. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else out there?
I'm looking at the money order. The trustee address in the upper left is our own home address, right?
That is the address that normally they send to the trustee.
That's where
okay?
That's
zip code and everything, okay? You don't get fancy with that one. You just put it down the way they send it to, that address. Okay, that's the trustee's address. Your address down below as stockholder, you're going to be outside the trust zone. Just like I have on the voting document there about the official ballot. Basically outside the federal U.S. trust zone. Because we, the living, are outside of the trust. We're not the trust.
So the mail the U.S. check to address, that's our stockholder address. And the mail the U.S. check to address so-and-so is our stockholder address.
No, mail the U.S. check if you're going to buy a vehicle, okay?
Okay.
The trust money, the trust payment of like $53,950 in my case, I've got one here I'm debating on whether to send in, as a U.S. Treasury check made out to pay to the order of the car dealership per their EIN. But then I have for delivery of the identified pickup to the stockholder address over there on the side, or the receipt. But the mailed U.S. check, mail U.S. check to address is to the car manufacturer. I don't want the check.
And
check goes to them.
The 4 address lines under the memo field on other money orders, that was the Treasury Department. Is that us now?
No, you can put the clerk of the court, the bankruptcy. Clerk of the court. Basically, they are the account managers. They're the trust managers.
Okay.
There's the bank, okay? Trust bank.
Right.
The courts. They're the courts of equity.
Right. Before it was the Treasury, now it's the court. Okay, got it.
Yes. And see, that's why you would send these in, your monthly payments for your utility bill. if you send this back in, and you can turn around and take that certificate, that utility bill, mark it up on the back. You put that this is being paid against the voting trust certificate, and then also against the trust routing number and the trust depository account number, or you just put those two numbers on there, and basically then you sign it as the proxy voter, authorized representative for the trustee.
Okay.
And say, set this thing off.
Solves my problem. Thank you.
Yeah, and send it to the attention to the chief financial officer. Those chief financial officers in most all of these corporations have to be qualified through the Masonic Lodge, the banking lodge, the commercial banking lodge. That's all that the Masonic Lodge is. It's a commercial banking lodge. That's the secret that they're hiding away. Trust and banking lodge. The Jezebel Temple. Everything out here, everything is all about banking, from the Bible all the way through. I talked to one of the guys today, and basically, I was going over some of this stuff, and he said, you know, that coincides with what I've heard and been fed bits and pieces of over the years. That this is putting the final process to the whole thing. Whether you guys want to believe it or not, this is it, okay? And then basically you need to get out there and start spreading the word. Show these people this form. Show them. Tell them that basically, hey, look at your checks. Who owns that checking account? Do you, or does your trust? Your trust owns it because basically you've got your Social Security number on it. Yeah, you're not free. You're under control of a trust, a fiction.
And someone who's 18 can use these money orders.
Yes, and that is what the 26th Amendment was all about.
Right.
The 19th was to allow women to vote, but to vote their trust.
Yes.
To do a proxy vote for their trustee. That's the whole thing about giving the women the right to vote. They still do not have the right to vote in the constitutional trust government. They only have a right to vote in this commercial trust system. And then the 24th Amendment had to allow basically a piece of paper to be the voter, a person on a piece of paper to be the voter. That's what that whole 24th Amendment was about, was guaranteeing the right to every person the right to vote. And then since they brought in the Social Security, and Social Security went into effect when you turned 18, they basically dropped the voting age down to 18. So there should be nobody out here in this country that is 18 that has a student loan.
Yep, I'm going to take care of that.
You should be able to terminate and vote those things and settle them right now. Take the funds out of your account. Vote to pay for the house right now. Shut down these commercial bankers, the leeches, the vampires, the bloodsuckers, the destroyers, the walking dead, however you want to look at it. The movies have been telling us about these people all the time. Okay, any other questions? Comments? This is it. This is your last chance.
I really like this because it gives us the temporary relief we need while we're working on the termination.
Whatever you want, okay? This thing, if you get it in, the termination, it'll be done in 3 days' time. How much relief do you need?
That's true.
Okay.
That's the 3 days' work, right.
Just go to sleep for 3 days, like Rip Van Winkle. He did it for 20 years, though.
Well, I'm sure you're going to take a good rest. You surely need it for all the work you've done for us.
Well, this is the final stage. I put this up, these last 2 money orders up for you. Basically, now if you can't make them work, you don't deserve to have it.
Hey, guys.
Yes.
This is Norge.
Hi, Norge.
Hi, Pat. I want to say to everybody on here, by golly, this man is awesome. And he deserves a good rest. He deserves more than we will ever be able to give to him. And I hope we all can somehow make it known to him.
Yep. I got to go to the reservation if I have to drag myself there.
Oh, Pat.
Don't worry, I'll probably be headed that way to that reservation soon anyway.
Well,
I'm going to be following up on it tomorrow, and basically they better be bringing me that 20,000 or 10,000 I told them.
I think I can get there tomorrow.
Hey guys,
other than that, the first time you use this money order and you get anything out of it, you owe me 3 pizzas and 3 packs of cigarettes.
Seneca brand, folks. Seneca brand.
Yeah.
I'm right in there behind him.
The light. Make sure it's the blue pack in the light longs.
Blue pack in the light longs.
What's the name? What's the name of the cigarettes?
Well, either the cigars is what I was smoking right now.
I hope he's out.
Cheyenne.
Celebrating
Cheyenne cigars. Classic 100s. Okay. The Senecas come from the Indian reservation, and most people can't get those at the regular stores or anything. But don't worry about it. Okay.
Is that the one? Is that the one that they don't use chemicals on?
Just go out there and try and help some homeless person. Okay. Put on your little elf's hat and try and be like one of the little Santa's helpers. Okay. I'll get mine, basically, even if I have to piss off this damn judge a few more times.
Well, you know how I've made them mad. They've sent the marshals out after me, guys. 3 times. Oh, yeah. I've had the marshals at my doorstep 3 times.
Ask them if they know what freedom of speech is.
Well, this judge is
Well,
old.
that's just because you've got a shithead of a judge over there. Basically,
Well,
he's just
he is.
trying to intimidate and teach those U.S. Marshals that you need to hand those U.S. Marshals some of these documents that I have, these word definitions. Okay?
Yeah,
Say here,
I'll have
read
to.
this.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have her phone number. I know her by name. I'll let her know. Believe me.
Well,
They
basically,
didn't
or if
intimidate
they
me.
come to you, you hand them stuff. Have a package ready.
Yeah. You're
Okay,
right.
that's the only way. Say here, prove that I've done something wrong.
Well, they found out that I wasn't intimidated, and I know they were shaking their head. What's this little old lady up to?
Yeah. But see, you need to make them aware of what the trust is all about, and that basically they have no jurisdiction over you as the shareholder of the trust.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, but you have to show them in black and white.
I know.
Okay.
You got it, boss. You got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. We all love you. You know that.
Okay.
Indeed.
Yeah, take some of these documents, put it on a CD or something, a DVD, hand them the deal, the audios and everything on there. Say, here, you might want to listen to these audios, look at this paperwork, and then basically if you want to come out of the system, come back and I'll help you through the process if you can't figure it out.
Now, Pat, if we don't hear from you, that means that you're out, right?
You'll
Me?
hear from me one way or another.
Okay.
Okay.
He
Okay.
can't help himself.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll take that.
He's gonna come. He's gonna come and visit us all.
That would be great.
Better give us a heads up, man.
Yeah,
You'll
I
see
can
me
clean
walking
the
around
house.
in my. You'll see me walking around in my green cape and basically with my big stick driving the snakes out.
Zorro.
Are you going to wear one of those green pointy hats with a feather?
No,
Same
whatever
Pat.
St. Patrick wore back then, I'll just probably mimic the same thing. I'm just his reincarnation.
Harold,
Also the
are
same
you
thing
on
about
here?
my namesake, Patrick Henry.
Harold,
Yes.
are you on here?
Yes, he is.
Speak up, man. Please.
He's muted out right now.
Oh, come on, Harold. Hit star six.
Come on,
and
star
come on.
Okay,
six.
well, I'll talk to you guys later, Red. You guys
Thank
have
you.
a good night.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, go ahead and continue talking if you want to. Okay.
Okay.
Take care.
Take care. Bye. So I guess I got to get my papers out.
Right.
Patricia, you're only sending it to your chief judge, right? Your district chief judge?
Yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
think
sending it into the state also.
in the state.
Yeah.
Is that a federal judge?
Yep.
Yeah. Are the state and the regular judge, are the forms the same?
Yeah, just different titles, right?
Yeah, you just change. See it at the bottom. It addresses the Secretary of State, Attorney General.
Yeah.
Okay? You just send it to their attention. That's all. Your
Okay.
cover letter.
Yeah. Okay, like a copy.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to remember to put the copies in. Oh.
Right.
So how many pages do we send? We send a fax first, and then we send a letter on the other side. And then
Why are you wait a minute.
They won't. You can't send a fax.
What's the situation you want to send a fax in?
State.
Your initial one you must mail. The initial one you must mail it in.
Okay.
Okay.
One that goes into the chief judge you must mail.
Yeah,
Right.
by certified mail tracking.
Right.
How long
Okay,
do you have to wait before you can put the money orders in?
You can do it anytime.
I would
Money
think that.
orders, money orders are a temporary measure. We can do now while we're waiting for the termination.
Okay.
And I agree.
Go ahead.
I agree that the liquidation will make the money orders totally unnecessary.
Right.
But,
Right.
I'm very happy to use them until that big pile hits me. That's fine.
Well, I'm just hoping that they will bring us that 10 that we ordered them to bring.
Does it have to be 10, or can we do another amount? Was there a particular reason?
Well, the district, I think it's normally 10 is the limit when you do stuff through the district.
Okay.
So
where is that amount?
It's been that way with the bankruptcy court. So I can't say that's gospel, but that seems.
I thought it was $100 million.
Hey, I'll go for that.
Is that in the cover letter?
No, that's in the proxy vote. No, yes, you're right. It's in the cover letter.
You're right, Tom. It is in the cover letter. Yep.
Is that posted?
It's in the form I sent you, Pat.
Okay. Now, I still have a question I had, because during the call sometimes I get interrupted by people asking questions on Skype and that kind of stuff. Well, with the state ballot, that was the fax that we sent in. I'm still unclear as to what documents get sent in with that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. I was wrong on that. It was the cover letter.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas, do we have just a specific folder that would have just this particular process, like
it's everything is in the folder 101 National Equity Report.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's so much.
However,
there's a lot of stuff in that folder now.
Well, yes, but sorted in date order. It's only the last few things.
Right. Okay. Got it. I got it.
Okay. Now I'm right now transcribing yesterday's call, which was really a well organized call, and in my transcription I'm including quotes from the Constitution and definitions and the actual file names you talked about.
See, Thomas.
Tom?
Thomas.
I'm in folder 101 right now as we're on the phone.
Yeah.
And so, okay, I see the trustee voted money order, which is the most recent one that you posted this afternoon. Then there's the definitions. I just want to make sure that we use the right forms, I guess you could say.
Well, have it sorted in date order.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then I see the elector voter card application.
That is just one guy's sample. If you look at it,
you got one of those?
That's just an example I was explained before. Ray went and was able to get a voter card with the title elector in front of his name.
Okay.
And that's just interesting. It's not necessary. It's interesting, though.
Okay. So then let's see. I guess we use the Word doc, the official voting trust termination ballot with the signature line updated.
Yes, I had a previous version out there, which I didn't call that one Rev 1. I just deleted the other one, and for the people who had downloaded it and changed the signature. So we need to go through everything again, all those documents, and make sure that trustee is not under our signature.
Mm-hmm. We also have the official voting trust termination ballot, PDF and doc.
It should say stockholder, right?
Not in the file title.
Which one?
No, underneath our name, and instead of trustee.
You remove trustee out of your name.
No, you remove trustee. Under your signature, there's a whole bunch of titles.
Right. You remove trustee out of there.
Yeah, make sure trustee is in none of those anywhere.
What about the cover letter? Is the cover letter in the one-on-one equity court?
Yeah. I think there's a file that says definitions cover facts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seen that. Okay, that would be the cover letter. The definition, that would be the cover letter that you sent them.
Yeah.
Right. And it's also the fax. And my question still remains for that fax. That goes to the Secretaries of State.
Right.
It's addressed to the fax and say trust documents attached. And I want to make very clear what are the trust documents attached. Is that just the certificate of live birth and the Social Security card and DD 214 if you have one?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And
okay.
Is that Thomas? Is that the definition cover state termination PDF?
Mm-hmm.
That's the cover that we have to send.
To the Secretary of State.
File that says definitions, cover, and fax, because you put 3 documents in the same file.
Right. It goes to the Secretary of State.
Only to the Secretary of State, not the Chief Judge.
No.
Right. The cover letter goes to the Chief Judge along with the voting ballot.
Right.
Which is a different file.
And the voting fax goes to the Secretary of State.
Of each individual state. I have 3 states, and my question is, do I send this Ohio certificate of live birth to Arizona too?
Is that where you was born at, Thomas?
I was in Ohio, yeah.
I would send him make it a courtesy copy, just to be on the safe side. I don't know if that's. You know what I mean? I think that would be the best thing to do. I would send it to all 3 places, the original to where it's supposed to go, and then the other 2 would go to give them a courtesy copy with a couple of explaining this is that, and the other, so they would know exactly what you're doing. At least they'd be put on notice.
Well, the trust is set up using that document also. So
right.
Even though they have accounts in that trust, we're giving them all the documentation on the trust.
Right. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the same one, the Secretary of State of California, because I reside there, and I was born in Texas. I'm going to send the Secretary of State in Texas a copy of it, so they have that. They be put on notice.
How about if you just send a copy of that to the place you were born?
Well, I'm doing that as well. I'm going to do both of them because I reside in California. So California has they're generating funds for me being here in California.
No, I meant to say send it to the place you were born, to the financial department of the hospital, the financial legal department of the hospital.
Yeah, I'm going to do that along with requesting reimbursement for the money that they collected all the time from the IRS send money there.
You won't even have to worry about that once this is all completed.
Right.
No, you just send it to the state where you were born.
Right.
And you also do the other stuff to the state where you're living, where you have all your commercial contracts. That's all you need to do. They'll find everything.
Right. But I had property in Nebraska where I lived for 10 years. I just moved here. And then before that, I was in Arizona for 5 years. And I have a voter's registration and a driver's license left over. And
they'll find all that stuff, Tom. They'll find it.
Now,
I've lived in other states. I'm not going to worry about those. Everything's attached to that trust.
Right. They do have active accounts based on the trust.
Yeah, right.
As Patrick said, they're still using it and earning money off of it, and we're going to shut that down. Okay.
They will shut it down when they shut everything down.
I lived in Texas in the 5th and 6th grade and in Connecticut for the 1st grade, but I can't imagine they have anything running based on that, so I'm going to forget that.
I wouldn't even reach back for anything.
Right.
Just do these initials, where you're living, and then your birth state. That's all you need to worry about.
Okay.
Can you set up an account with the DTC, and they will find your trust?
I doubt it. You're talking about the Depository Trust Corporation.
Yeah.
I think that's up to the court to determine, because it's the way we have it ballot to the chief judge. He's the one who circulates that to all the people.
Because he's a participant. He's a participant in the DTC. You got to be a participant in the DTC in order to do a stockbroker, or like Patrick said, a manager, account manager. That's what the chief judges. They're just broke. They're really brokers, and they're a participant in the DTC.
Right.
That's why it's so important to send that first one to the chief judge or wherever you're living, and then
Article 3 judge. The Article 3 judge is appointed and confirmed by the Senate.
What did you say, Kevin? Article 3?
Article 3 judge. The chief judge is the Article 3 judge that's been confirmed, and and one of my judges was voted in by Clinton, and it was confirmed by the Senate. So therefore, she has a lifetime appointment. She is an Article 3 judge, and she's a participant in the DTC.
Okay, guys. Now remember that judge, if I'm not mistaken, gives the clerk orders to get all this stuff taken care of.
Most definitely, the clerk is the chief accountant for that particular chief judge.
So I think we're all worried about some things that will just automatically happen once that judge does what he or she is supposed to do.
Right.
Now, that's a big word, supposed to do.
Well, and they don't agree the clerk, right? But listen to what I'm saying. I think if the judge don't do what he's supposed to do, people need to team up because it takes two to vote them out. And you can put that in there and use two people from our group to vote them out. Let them know that you will be voted out by these two individuals because you're not appearing to your responsibility. And they're gonna shit it off the pot.
The way I understand it, the two of them are voting for impeachment for treason.
Oh, so I have my chief judge is retiring in a few months, so I shouldn't send it to him. I should send it to his successor.
Nope, I would send it directly to him because, something, they have what they call a rule of 80. They can retire and still maintain their position, even though they're not receiving any emoluments.
Right, and they probably send it to the senior judge. They send it to the senior judge.
Okay.
Listen to me. They're free. They're free to help people.
Yeah, they have all their accounts.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Patrick brought that up before.
That way they're not receiving they're not on the dole. They're not in bondage.
So they have a lot of freedom and they can do stuff out of their what do you call it? They're
outside the corporation.
Okay, I'm going to send these out tomorrow.
Absolutely. Get them going, people. Get them going. It doesn't take that much to get those out.
I need some money.
Actually, I had my documents already, but got totally bogged down today with doctor's appointment. So they're going to go out first thing. My only open question.
You're not the only one.
Only open question was exactly what documents get sent to the state, but we've answered that clearly now.
I just moved and I have boxes all over the place, so I'm like, shoo. At least I got my printer working.
Oh, that's Gita. How you doing, Gita?
Good, Kev. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Man, this is great. I'm like so excited with this stuff.
Well, let's do it. And if we have problems with it, let's talk it in detail in the Skype chat.
Yeah, it's good to have this team. Hey, Thomas, one question before you go. How come you don't have a Nebraskan accent?
Hey, Patrick, or Tom?
Yeah? What do you mean?
Hi,
for what?
Hi, I had one other question. The money order that we went over tonight, that should be on green paper as well, correct?
No, I don't think so. I'm going to put mine on parchment paper.
Okay.
It turns green after you cash it.
Hey, what is it? Hey, Thomas, what is the reason for putting all the papers we send to the chief judge green? What's the significance in that?
The ballot is put in greens, and I think it's because when you're out, you got a green passport and you get green ID cards, and you're listed on the green sheet. That was the idea of making this green, keep everything green.
Okay.
So it should just be like regular green price paper, or should it be like certificate paper for those things?
Well, for the ballot, I just have a 24-pound green paper. It's not textured like a bond. It's just ordinary copy paper, but 24 pound. And On the doc files that you see, I put a green border around it, which is darker than the paper that I have.
Okay, yeah.
Question. Anybody there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to partner with somebody. I don't know who can I partner with, but I want to get my 98.
Get on the Skype group.
Okay. I do have a Skype already, but I don't know how do you do it?
Read the welcome email.
Okay. And once I read that and I got my Skype number and everything, I just go on, or what? What do I do?
It explains how to get on the Skype group. It explains how to navigate around the Yahoo group. It explains where the backups are.
Then you select somebody that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to try to do that. But I'm if I have a question, I'm gonna call you now. I'm gonna send you a text or send you a email.
No, do it through the Skype group.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do it.
Hey, Thomas, Pat said that Patrick said we should all have a 98 now, because before he had said it was not that important.
Excuse me, guys.
Again, he's back to saying if you don't have it and you get terminated, the trust gets terminated, you simply ask them, give me one, set one up for me. So I don't think the 98 seems to be more essential for these money orders than it is for the termination.
And that actually might be easier to have them do it, because when I called them last week to get mine, or week before last, the first person I was dealing with hung up on me because they said I had a United States area code.
Yeah, that's why you always have to put a foreign address if it's a place.
Oh, I have a foreign address. I gave her a foreign address when she asked for a phone number. I gave her my phone number, and she said, "Oh, well, that's a phone number from XYZ state," and then she hung up on me.
Well, it's hard to call in for yourself. Apparently, it's better to team up with someone and you guys call in for each other. That's what Patricia and I did.
Well,
and it worked.
It all depends on the time of day also you call, because I called before they closed in the afternoon, and the guy was very helpful. Went right through, gave me the number. I was going, wow, this is too easy. But the thing is that they asked me for my social. I was going to ask you about that. Did you have to give them your social?
No, tell them you don't have one. You're foreign.
Well, I didn't do that. I just associated it with my other one, and it gave me one anyway real quick, so it doesn't really matter either way, because it's going to be associated with it.
They gave you a 98?
Yep, 98.6, yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So what time of day did you call?
At 4:30.
Oh, you called 4:30 in the morning?
Afternoon.
Afternoon. Oh, okay.
On a Friday.
That's not the worst time. It's better to call at 6 in the morning or 11 at night.
Okay, let me ask you this. When you did, was it pretty easy for you to do?
Oh, yeah, but I had an African address and a phone number and everything already set up and laid out in front of me, so I had it. So there's no hesitation.
So basically, they ask you questions, you go through them. Basically, I can do it myself. I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. I don't want to mess up.
You can do it. I did it myself, so.
Just make sure you have a foreign address and phone number.
A foreign address and phone number. Okay. I'm gonna try to do it. If it's that easy, I'm gonna do it.
Hey Thomas, where you send the money orders to? To the companies that you trying to make a purchase?
Yeah.
You're not sending them to the Treasury?
You can also just deposit it in your bank account. Write one out and deposit it in your own bank account.
I like that.
This is going to sound really stupid, but is there going to be a sample one posted on the Yahoo group?
Nope.
Okay.
Has anybody been successful in opening up a bank account with their 98 EIN?
Yeah, I have.
I'm going to go down.
I haven't tried yet.
Yeah,
How did you?
That, right?
What did you ask for? A special deposit account or what?
I asked for a non-interest bearing account.
I did
that.
Okay,
I gave my passport. And I gave my 98, the letter that I got my 98 number with, and they opened it up for me. It was a special. They called somewhere and got a special account number for me.
What bank did you use?
I used Wells Fargo.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So you can have two accounts?
And they didn't ask for court papers for the 98 EIN?
No, don't need no court papers because I told them I don't have a Social Security number. I have a EIN number. Here's the letter. Here's my passport. And I told them I'm inhabited resident of the state of California. I am not a citizen.
Right.
Oh,
Did you already
cool.
have
And that's what they put on my account was inhabited citizen.
All
Now,
right.
Kevin,
Resident,
do you have
resident.
an
I
account
inhabited
with them?
resident, brother.
Do you
Excuse me?
have an account? Do you have an account with them already, or you went to?
No, I
bank
didn't have an
and
account with them at all.
Okay, so you got to go to a bank that you don't have an account at.
No, you can
Yeah.
have.
Well, what?
You can have an account
Can't
there.
go to one you had?
You can get an account and have one there, but I just told them I didn't have one there because they asked me for my Social Security number, and I told them I don't have one. I'm not utilizing Social Security number. I'm utilizing my passport, and I'm utilizing my EIN number.
When a company gets an account, they don't give Social Security numbers; they give EIN numbers.
That's right.
Right, and that's what you're doing.
It's a business account, and that's what you open up is a business account, and you are a non-resident, not a resident of. I'm not a resident of California. I'm a non-resident inhabitant.
So Kevin, you open up a business non-interest-bearing checking account.
That's
with
right.
98 letter and
Right.
your passport.
And my
Wells
passport.
Fargo. Okay.
So it's considered a business if it's like a trust account or
Because
whatever.
it is
also,
a business.
right?
Trust account is nothing but a business.
Okay,
Right.
gotcha.
It's a form of corporation.
It's a form of a corporation. That's what I'm doing. And so they asked me. They gave. I think they gave me so many $250,000 tax credit or something like that. It's a lot. They sent me a bunch of papers. Talking about I got some credit. You got so many because of the corporation. You got tax credit as a corporation, and they sent me a bunch of things where you got these tax credits, so you can use that as funds. Those tax credits. So I haven't just really got into it yet. I'm just doing the research on it, but I'm gonna use those funds as those tax credits they give you. You can use that as soft money.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to do
Awesome.
that tomorrow.
That's interesting. So that will
Bravo.
get a hunk of tax credits.
Yeah, those tax credits is nothing but soft money. You can use that because you
get
go in there and
that-
borrow against that tax credit. That tax credit might be $100,000. You go in there and borrow off that tax credit because you got a tax credit of $400,000. You go borrow $50,000. Go borrow off that and get hard cash because that's your tax credit. It's deductible.
Okay, and you can pay it back with a money order.
Yeah, you can. I mean, So I was saying I seen that I haven't looked at the money orders that Patrick posted up there. I'm just saying, when in certain ways you got to fill out that money order so it can look legitimized to an ordinary party at the bank.
Yeah.
On the Skype group, we ought to go over these money orders in all kinds of different situations. To see
So
what
we
Right,
would make
right.
one out to the bank for your mortgage?
Yeah.
Did you special sign that thing, or did you give your regular signature?
I didn't give no regular signature. I gave my name as Mr. and my first name and semicolon and my given name. I don't have no middle name. So when they
did
send
you
me
put without recourse or anything like that?
I put lawful. I put on there lawful money.
Okay, excellent.
Requested demand for lawful money. They gave me on my debit card. It has the corporation name, all capital letters on top, and it has my name at the bottom, up in lower cases with a non-resident. I think it's something like that. Non-resident.
Kevin, your
bottom.
corporate name is Kevin Woodruff, all cap.
Oh, okay. It's my whole complete name is on my birth certificate, and the way it was spelled out on the letter. So they spelled it out the same way they spelled it on the letter.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
and
And what's
so
after the name?
It's your name
Right.
followed by trust.
Right,
Name followed by
and that's
trust.
what they spelled it right after on the 98 number. The letter I got from the 98 number, they spelled it out just like that. And then at the bottom of it has my other name, and it has Mr. Woodruff Kevin, and it has EX on it at the end as executor. Which later on down the pipe, I'm gonna change it to executor. I'm gonna change it to elector because we just got elector stuff. So I'm gonna modify that just like I'm modifying all the other stuff.
Because it's like you're a little too close in that scenario. You want to like limit yourself in that, right? You want to be further away from the identifier.
Yeah, most definitely.
So Kevin, you are a corporation then.
We all are corporations. Your birth certificate makes you a corporation.
Okay, so you can be a banker or you can be a corporation. It doesn't really matter. Either
I can be older. I can go in and out.
Willy Wonka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I'm just starting to learn. I mean, I haven't really got into it. I'm just like everything. I got it all in there. I didn't, like I fill out the form. Gita showed me how to fill out, gave me the stuff to fill out that form for tax, withdrawing your tax. So when I did that online, they're supposed to get my PIN number. However, I kept giving them the address I had on that came from my 98 number. But all the time they wanted the number, they wanted the address to where I was born at. I never gave them that number with that. I think it's the EFPTS form.
Yeah, that one. Uh-huh.
Right, I got that form, and then I gave them my contact address, which is the address resident I'm living. But then they tell me that's not the right address. And I said, well, what address you have? I said, I got this address. I gave them that. And they said, fine. I gave them an address to where I was born in the hospital. They said, that is the right address. And that's where my PIN number went. And that's where all the refunds when I did these old stuff with taxes, my OIDs and all stuff, that's where that money went. All the money went to that hospital that I did.
That's what I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
Can we talk on the side on that?
Excuse me?
Can we talk on the side on that?
Yeah, we can talk on. You can talk on
email?
My email is woodruffkevin 99@yahoo.com.
woodruffkevin99@yahoo.com.
Yeah, and my phone. Gita got my phone number. Huh?
No, I posted your email on the group on Skype.
Right. You can give him my email. You can give him my phone number too, Gita. If they want.
I can give it out to everybody. Good. Well, all 25
Okay, what is that? I have your phone number, so I like to know what the steps are on it. So I want to know the steps.
Because I was very behooved because I'm like, wait a minute, I never gave them that address to where I was born at. So then I looked at the list. I got a thing from the IRS where it shows all the refunds I was getting, and I'm like, I never got these refunds. But now I see that's where all the refunds went. It went to the place of my origins, which was that hospital.
Ooh. What's going to be fun to see is if they actually distributed your funds, or if they still got them there for you.
They might have invested because some of this stuff has happened. I got this was in 2008, 2009. The 81,000 was like in 2008, I think it was. So they might have reinvested because the money never came back to the IRS. That's what I found out so far. The money never came back to the IRS.
Oh wow, okay.
When you ask for the refunds, ask for all the interest too.
Yeah, I am. So I'm a draftable letter, but I got to draft it up properly and right. I don't want to make nothing. I want to let them know exactly what I want, and let them know I know what it is, and I'm gonna give them a copy of what I got from the IRS.
And Kevin, when you do that letter, the poop is going to hit the fan.
Yeah, it probably is going to hit the fan.
Company, yeah.
Yeah. So you've had success doing the OIDs, right?
Well, that was some time ago. Like I say, when I got my 98 number, me and Patrick got it back in when we did those 3520 forms, 3520 and 3528. So they sent it to us automatically after we did those forms. So I was like 2010 when I got my number.
Yeah,
like 4 or 5 years ago. So now everybody has to go through these SSN for they changed it. However, but I never gave them that my place of birth address. I used another address, but it's like it appears that record now is everything's connected to that.
They had it because you were born there, and that's where your COLB came from.
That's where the corporation first got life.
Yeah,
and back then it was like. I think it was 3 days after you was born. Now it's 90 days after you was born for the corporation to become full bloom.
For the bond secure or whatever.
Right.
So they got all your refunds?
Yeah, I'm like cause when I was going through the thing with RSA, I said, wait a minute, I ain't never got this refund, $3,700. And so when I go back and checked all my old OIDs, I said, oh. That's what this is. That's what this is. I said, this is what it is. Now I matched it up. I said, all these refunds shows refund paid out. I never got that crap. I'm waiting for it.
Do you think
it makes me wonder whether what Patrick has mentioned, that we get dividends all along from oil royalties and taxes, whether that's still sitting at the hospital too.
It probably is
if that's where our stuff is.
I don't know, but I'm just saying it probably is.
Oh, wow. Good point.
You got to remember that the hospital sets the corporation up once the doctor signs over and gets paid his $5,000, and then once the informant, which is the informant, which is your mother or your mother, signs everything. That's when everything comes into play. So they setting everything up. So they're gonna get their money off the top because they like I say, they establishing a corporation.
And all along, according to you, all along down the whole path, and on the end game, they're getting it all the way.
They're getting it all the way because I'm naive, didn't know at the time, and then so I through asking other questions for other things. That's why it was discovered. It was exposed to me. I'm like, wow, because when she said that's the correct address and your PIN number went there, I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Hey,
what the hell is going there? Yeah.
Tell them about Form 8822B to get a change of address from the
hospital.
Yeah,
you got to do. If you got your you want to change your address to your bank or to other place, you do an 8822B. But what you do, you call in the IRS and you call it a number. I think it's 829-4933. And it's 800 number. You call there and ask them, tell them you want to do an update of their record. And then you get their name and their ID number. And then once you get the name and ID number, you fax that to the fax information. They automatically change it over there. That's the only way they're going to do it.
So
you got the 8822B form.
So if they sent me like
your 98 number ID? No.
Excuse me?
What is that to update?
That's to change the address of your. If you got say for instance your 98 number is connected to your birth certificate where you was born at, and the address, all your information is going there, all your mail is going there. And you want to change your address for the corporation, you have to do an 8822B to change the corporation. But you got to call in the IRS and get the person you talk to, get their name and their number. Put it on the top of that paper, and you fax it to the I think it's Oregon, Utah, on a red white plate. I don't have the address on me because I'm at the wash house, but that's what that's what.
So you think all our stuff is going to the hospital?
I can't say.
In this case, it was, yeah.
In my particular case, yes. In your particular case, it might not be, and then it might.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, I got my 98 number in 2010. Those of you probably got yours so many years after. So I don't know how they might have changed everything from that point.
Okay. But wait a minute, Kevin. The only way you found out that the address was not changed was when you call the IRS and you ask them
about my PIN number. Yeah, I asked them about my PIN number. Yeah, and they said, what is the address that the IRS have on record? I said, well, wait a minute. I went to my 98 number and said, this is the address. They said, nope. I went to my state number and said, this is the address. They said, nope. I said, well, I live here, I live there. And they said, no. I'm like, what? They said, sir, you can't give it to us. We can't help you. So I did around. I said, what's going on? They hung up. So I called them back. And I said, well, I'm trying to get the information on where my PIN number is. She said, well, where's the address on file? I said, I gave them this address on the thing. She said, sir, that's not the address. I said, what about 214 North 1st Street? They said, that is the correct address. Your PIN number went there. Now, we're going to issue your PIN number one time only.
You didn't get your PIN, and you found out, but we got our PIN. I got mine come to the address where I am.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why mine went there.
Right.
It might be different because when I got my EIN number was in 2010. So they might have did it, everything went there to that corporation. I'm not too sure. It's totally different from when you guys got your EIN. See, things change because now you're doing your SS4 to get your and you got to call in to get your EIN number. Before you have to fill out 3520 and a 3528.
Yeah.
So it's totally different, two different things.
Yeah.
So Kevin, was that form easy to fill out when you first filled out at 3520? Was it pretty easy to fill out?
Well, Patrick showed me how to do it 4 or 5 years ago. See, I've been talking with Patrick for quite some time now.
You hanging on, brother?
Yeah. We went through a lot of trials and errors way back in the day, even writing contracts on paper with tapping into the Federal Reserve Bank using the back of your Social Security number and using your bond number, which is when you file your UCC-1, and sending out, paying off bills and stuff. And it ain't worked. I paid off a couple of filing fees with it, and then all of a sudden Secret Service came and see me and want to ask me about some checks and stuff. And I said, wait a minute, what check? I don't know anything about a check. I don't know nothing about a check. I do know about a contract on paper. You want to discuss that? And he said, well, since you want to, I said, sir, I'm not. I am a diplomat of the state of California. I'm not subject to any of your laws. And he said, well, since you want an attorney, I said, well, no, I never asked for no attorney, sir. I said, I am the authorized representative for that person that you calling. with all capital letters, which is my property. And he just got up and walked out. He was real frustrated. He just got up and walked away. That was in 2008. I got his name and everything. That was in 2008, 2009. But a lot of this stuff was working back then. That it just changed it. It evolved and changed it to something else. Because we used to draft up your own money orders, your own checks, and send it out. And they was paying it. There was court cases, court tickets, everything was paying it. And it just changed. You know.
I think it's because computers quickened it up.
The computers came into play when they did that Free American North Trade Act. When they brought up computers all over the place, that's when everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
Everything changed then. When Clinton did that, everything changed.
Well, I'll give you an email on that, on some different things, Kara, because I wanted to talk to you about that OID to make sure I'm doing it right.
My phone number is 510 area code 938-9571.
Cool. You'll see me from 214.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, 510 area code.
Who's talking to Kevin? What is your name?
I'm Tim.
What is your name?
It's Tim, Steve.
Tim?
I'm Tim. Tim Palmer. Yeah.
Okay, Tim.
I go.
You have an email? I want to contact you, but suppose it's 98. If I have
okay,
any problem.
Yeah. It's
my name is Steve.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
so
Tim. Palmer@gmail.com.
Okay. I should write this down.
All lowercase. Somebody's got some wind going on there.
Yeah, Steve Griffin has a lot of noise.
Yeah, it's all lowercase. Palmer@gmail.
Okay, can you text it to me? I give you my cell. Just text it to me.
It's just real easy. I can text it though if you like. What is it? What's the number?
It's 209
608
7262.
7262. All right.
Right.
That's Steve.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go and study this money order because I want to make sure that I'm this new money order. I want to make sure I'm doing it correct.
Hey, you're a veteran. What are you talking about? Study. Come on.
I have to. You want to make sure the terms and everything is correct.
Yeah, I know.
Any terminology is off. They're gonna jump on that and throw you out the car.
Hey, I use micro-ink on my stuff, dude. I'm telling you. When I sent those $250,000 checks to the bank, I used micro-ink, and they took them in and coveted those things. I ain't seen hide or hair of those back.
Oh, they stole that money. They put them in one of those demand liability accounts. You know what I mean? They stole that money.
That's what I want to ask you about, because I went ahead and did an OID on those, and I got like 16 million of stuff I've done OIDs on.
You can do that. You got to fill out that form. I think it's what is it? What is that form, Gita? It's 88.
You have to.
81,
yeah,
82, 81. 82, 81.
I haven't done it because I did
82, 81.
Yeah,
you got to fill that out with it.
And I
That's what you got to fill out with it.
That's why I never saw anything. I didn't fill out the 82, 81, and it's a must to put when you do your
That's
OID.
mandatory.
That's what I'm finding out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the mandatory. That's the check. That's the money.
Yeah. Right.
That's the money.
Man, really? No wonder.
The 82, 81 form is the money. That is the money. That's because you're doing accounting. The OID is just account ledger, and the money, which is like the credit card tear-off voucher, that's what the 82, 81 is. Remember back in the day, you could take your credit card and slide across the thing, and then give them the top part, and then the hard part in the back, you can take that and deposit it into the bank. That's what the 82, 81 is.
Well, what I suggest that we should do first is open up the 98 checking account, business checking account first. Then do the OID, so it'll go into that account.
And into that account.
Not a regular non-interest-bearing checking account, but the business one with the 98 number. Get that done first, then we should do that. Do this in steps, along with what Patrick is telling us.
Right.
Because we'll see what hits.
Yeah.
We'll see if they ignore us or not.
I'm going to see if I can do it in the bank that I already trashed. Just to see if they'll do it.
It's a good possibility because
they might want to renew business, trying to say, hey, I'm trying to pay some money I owe y'all back, and I'm going to open this other account.
Go into a bank that they don't know you, even if it's the same brand. Go into a place that they don't know you at all.
Right.
Yeah, like go into a different town or something.
Oh, okay. That makes okay.
Yeah, because if they know you, they'll know.
She's right, because I went to the bank. Well, I banked at, it was in Antioch, but I went to a bank in Berkeley, and the atmosphere there was so much different. Because when I went to that bank, they was like, when I told them what I wanted, they was like vultures. They just came and, oh man, it was a big
really?
Awesome. Yeah, it was a different situation. When I went to the bank in Antioch, with the town there is, they asked all these questions, they asked all this and all that. But when I went to that bank, and I went to the bank in Berkeley, which the people there are the mentality is different, and those people there, they was aware of. I didn't even know they was aware of what's called UCC 500. It's what they use to process different types of bill of exchanges. I'm like, what? And I heard it because I'm over here and I'm talking about the UCC 500. And
really?
Just process. They're talking to somebody on the phone. We talked to this. And I said, oh, I'm in the right place. and I had no problem. So she's right. The place where they don't know you, and the atmosphere of the people, their mindset is banking.
Yes,
Kevin, which one in Berkeley did you go to? Downtown or the one on College?
I went to downtown Berkeley, right there on the corner by the school, not too far from the college.
Well, Berkeley is just by itself. You know it's going to be the right place.
Yeah, Berkeley's. Yeah,
a lot of good thinkers there.
Yeah, it's a lot of bankers in Berkeley. A lot of private bankers in Berkeley.
No, good thinkers. I'm saying thinkers.
Oh, thinkers. Yeah, most definitely. Oh, yeah, most definitely.
That'd be Gilman or Telegraph Avenue.
Well, no, I went to one that was on Shattuck and Austin Way, something like that, right there on the corner.
Station.
Right by the BART station. Yeah, right by the BART station.
That's cool.
It was really, I mean, you know.
Okay, I'm coming to Berkeley to open a bank account near you.
I also heard another one of my constituents, people I'm dealing with. They went to Bank of America and in Berkeley they had no problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good deal.
One in Berkeley. They went in Berkeley on I think it was on Shattuck and Vine, and they had no problems. And this is the person I'm helping out. Myself, I'm helping with. He's new. He's green, but he went in there, came out, and he got it.
That's killer. I'll have to come my brother out there, Callie.
So
let's see. Now, on the recap on this, to send this document to the judge, the federal judge, the one that you said is Article 3 judge. You don't have to ask him that, right? It's just
you can look it up go to your district court and look up your judge name, and you'll see if he's an Article 3 judge. It's going to tell you when he was confirmed and who appointed him, what president appointed him.
Okay.
It's going to show when he was affirmed by Congress. And I went to my Chief Justice. She's Claudia Wilkins. She was appointed by Clinton and was confirmed in the Senate. She is an ordained Article 3 judge. And then they got all the Article 3 judges down and listed, the senior ones and the district court ones. And the ones you're going to deal with is either the senior judge or the district judge. Chief judge. They don't have one. They don't have a chief judge. They send it to the senior judge, which is the Article 3 judge, and it's confirmed by Congress. So they got those are lifetime appointments.
Right.
And you got magistrates. They're not lifetime appointments. It show you up there. And then it show you the clerk, what type of clerk it is, everything. It just go to your district of wherever your district court lies and pull up the judges, and it'll show all the judges up there. Even show you where they went to school at and everything.
So Kevin, I'm gonna call you, okay?
Yeah, you can do something to get their financial records, and it show you who all donate to their retirement funds, all that.
Kevin, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you, and then Tim, send me your email. I can send you text. Text, okay? Don't forget to send it to me, all right?
Yeah, I'll just call you.
Okay, that'll be fine. Cause
I'm gonna call
it tomorrow morning.
Okay, well, I got to go in here and finish washing my clothes, y'all. But I'll talk to you a little later, and I'll talk to everybody a little later. I'm going to finish washing my clothes.
Good.
And call me anytime. Call me anytime, Tim.
Okay.
All right, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, Tim.
No problem.
Kevin, thanks, rest you guys.
All right.
Bye.
All righty.